Get with a white woman because I was scared. She might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter, so I stayed away from that.
Shannon Sharpe has been sued for $50 million.
Because this woman claims that he sexually assaulted her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. Because he was so terrible that she just kept going back for more. She hired a well-known extortion attorney. She also says she doesn't want him to go to jail for the assault. She just wants the bag. 3 hours later, the proof that she literally asked for everything that he did to her. He cut her off in January when she started demanding $25K per linker. I don't know about you, but ain't no box worth $25K per linker. Well, maybe if you Skip Bayless. Allegedly, he paid $1.5 for the box. Leave all women.
In a shocking turn of events, Shannon Sharpe, the Hall of Fame NFL tight end turned sports commentator, is facing one of the most intense challenges of his career. Known for his dynamic presence on television and his outspoken commentary, Sharpe now finds himself at the center of a $50 million lawsuit filed by a former OnlyFans model. This legal battle alleges sexual assault, emotional mistreatment, and a series of disturbing claims about his behavior. The lawsuit claims that Sharpe, now 54 years old, engaged in an inappropriate and predatory relationship with Gabriella Zuniga, who was just 19 when they met. With such serious allegations on the table, it raises the question, can someone as prominent as Sharpe recover from this? Or has his reputation been permanently damaged? In today's report, we'll explore the case in detail, examining the lawsuit, the alleged incidents, and the wider public reaction to what's unfolding.
Shannon has, as of yesterday, stepped away from his role on ESPN just a few days after a $50 million lawsuit was filed alleging sexual assault. Now, the allegations are coming from an OnlyFans model named Gabby, who also apparently goes by Carly, but we'll just call her Gabby. Shannon has stridently denied any wrongdoing and claimed that his relationship with Gabby was entirely consensual. But things took a turn earlier in the week when a phone call was released. And in the call, you can hear Shannon threatening to choke this woman, Gabby. Listen.
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
She was clearly recording it for a reason, but even so, telling a woman that you're going to choke her is very bad. There's no context that makes that okay. His team also released a collection of extremely graphic text messages sent by Gabby to Shannon. Some of these texts were sent after the alleged rape occurred. Now, there is apparently some kind of video, a sex tape, that Shannon's legal team has alluded to a few times. They claim that Gabby is using this video to blackmail Shannon and that it's been taken out of context, possibly edited to make the sexual encounter look non-consensual. Did Shannon Sharpe rape this woman? I have absolutely no idea. If I had to guess, I'd say probably not. I mean, assuming that the texts are legitimate, it's hard to believe that a woman who was actually the victim of a violent rape would be texting her rapist and begging for him to come back and violate her again.
Shannon Sharpe has built a stellar career as a sports commentator, former NFL legend, and a beloved figure in the sports world. He gained fame as a tight end for the Denver Broncos and Baltimore Ravens, winning 3 Super Bowl titles and earning numerous accolades throughout his football career. After retiring, Sharpe seamlessly transitioned to television, becoming a key personality on the talk show Undisputed alongside Skip Bayless. Known for his quick wit and passionate delivery, Sharpe became a voice for both sports and cultural commentary, earning widespread respect. However, in recent years, his personal life has often found its way into the media spotlight. While his career flourished, some of his personal choices have raised eyebrows. Despite his professional success, Sharpe's reputation has been called into question as his past relationships and personal decisions are increasingly under scrutiny. Now, with serious legal allegations on his plate, the question remains, can Sharpe navigate this storm and maintain his status in the public eye?
Get with a white woman because I was scared. She might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
One of the most pivotal moments leading up to this scandal was a conversation between Shannon Sharpe and comedian Katt Williams. On an episode of Club Shay, Williams issued a stark warning to Sharpe, advising him to be cautious with white women. He stated, "You could be Kang the Conqueror, but they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends," implying that even a man as powerful as Sharpe could be undone by a relationship with the wrong person. At the time, Sharpe laughed off the comment, but in hindsight, it's clear that Katt Williams might have been trying to send a message. Sharpe seemed uncomfortable during the interview when the topic of white women came up. The interaction has resurfaced in the wake of the lawsuit, and many are now reflecting on Williams' prescient words. Whether Williams was just joking or offering genuine advice, the warning now appears eerily accurate. Did Sharpe ignore the signs, or did he truly believe he was above any potential fallout from his actions? This crucial moment in the timeline of events has sparked renewed interest and concern for Sharpe's public persona.
Shannon Sharpe says he's temporarily stepping down from his ESPN duties. He says his sexual assault allegations against him are, quote, false and disruptive. Sharpe has denied all allegations. A representative for the plaintiff could not immediately be reached for comment.
The lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zuniga, an OnlyFans model, against Shannon Sharpe has brought the former NFL star's personal life into the harsh light of public scrutiny. Zuniga claims that during their brief relationship, which allegedly began in 2023 when Sharpe was 54 and she was just 19, he sexually assaulted her multiple times. The lawsuit paints a disturbing picture of emotional and verbal abuse, including threats on her life, non-consensual recording of their intimate encounters, and more. The age difference between Sharpe and Zuniga alone is enough to raise concerns, with critics labeling his actions as predatory. Sharpe has denied the accusations, but the damage to his reputation is undeniable. The lawsuit has sparked intense public debate over the nature of their relationship, with many questioning the morality of a relationship between a man in his 50s and a teenager. Whether or not the legal claims hold water, the damage is already done. Sharpe's personal life is now permanently linked to these allegations, and his public image may never fully recover from the scandal.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup. Coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
One of the most unsettling aspects of the lawsuit involves claims about Sharpe's involvement in race play, a controversial and often criticized fetish. While the specific details remain unclear, the allegations paint a picture of Sharpe requesting role play that involved racial dynamics. Race play is a type of role playing that centers around racial power structures and often involves humiliating or degrading actions tied to race. Gabriella Zuniga's lawsuit includes text messages in which she reportedly agreed to engage in these role plays, but later distanced herself, claiming that the situation escalated beyond consent. This adds a shocking layer to the accusations against Sharpe, as many online are now labeling him as someone with disturbing and unhealthy fetishes. Engaging in such activities, especially with someone so much younger, raises serious questions about Sharpe's judgment and motivations. The public's reaction to these claims has been overwhelmingly negative, and many are calling for greater accountability in situations like this, where power dynamics and consent are at the center of the conversation.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Further complicating the situation are the leaked audio recordings between Shannon Sharpe and Gabriella Zuniga. In these recordings, Sharpe allegedly threatens to choke Gabriella, and their dialogue suggests an unsettling level of familiarity with potentially dangerous behavior. While some have suggested that the conversation was a form of role play, the nature of their interactions has raised serious concerns. Critics argue that whether or not the encounter was consensual, Sharpe's apparent enjoyment of threatening language and the bizarre tone of the conversation point to a deeper issue with his behavior. Gabriella, on the other hand, could have been baiting Sharpe to speak in a certain way, potentially in an effort to create an exploitable narrative. Regardless, the audio paints a disturbing picture of a man willing to engage in dangerous, unhealthy behavior. This revelation adds a new layer of complexity to the case, showing just how murky the lines between consent and manipulation can be in such relationships.
Shannon has also been romantically linked to Nicole Murphy, the former wife of Eddie Murphy. Speculation arose about their relationship after they were seen on a date in 2017. In 2010, Shannon was involved in a controversial affair with a woman named Michelle Bundy, who claimed to be his girlfriend and made various accusations against him. Shannon was previously involved in a relationship with Katie Kellner. They met in 2013 at Thousand Oaks Gym in California and began dating shortly after. The couple was frequently seen together in Los Angeles and got engaged in 2016. However, they reportedly separated in 2018 when Shannon learned that Katie was pregnant with Marlon Byrd, her business associate. In 1992, early in his NFL career, Shannon had his first child, a son named Kiari. Despite not publicly discussing the child's mother, it was later revealed to be Erica Evans after she filed a lawsuit claiming that Shannon forced her to leave his home.
Shannon Sharpe's relationships with much younger women have come under increasing scrutiny, especially given the considerable age gap between him and Gabriella Zuniga. While Sharpe is undeniably a powerful and wealthy figure, his attraction to younger women, particularly those in their late teens or early 20s, has raised significant ethical questions. Many have criticized the power dynamics at play, as these younger women may be more impressionable and malleable, creating an environment ripe for manipulation. The psychological aspect of these relationships often involves one partner holding more power due to age, experience, and status. And Sharpe's preference for younger women could reflect a desire to assert control over someone who is less likely to challenge his behavior. The discussion around these types of relationships is more critical than ever, especially when such behavior involves a public figure who has the power to influence others.
Is Shannon Sharpe being blackmailed, or is there more to this story? Recently, Tony Buzbee and a client of his are alleging that Shannon Sharpe essayed his client and are demanding millions of dollars in return. Now, this is a serious allegation, but the way Shannon Sharpe handled it was insane. He immediately posted texts sent between himself and Buzbee's client showing that the encounters seemed consensual. That's not even the most insane part. This is
all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
Sharpe goes on to mention the full context of the alleged video is 10 minutes long, and if Buzbee wants to prove his client is correct, he needs to release the full video. This entire situation's insane, and I can't help but wonder.
As the details of Shannon Sharpe's lawsuit become more widely known, public opinion has been overwhelmingly critical. Fans and commentators alike are expressing their disbelief at Sharpe's actions, particularly given his public persona as a moral authority in the sports world. The backlash has been swift, with many calling him a hypocrite for advising others on discipline and respect while engaging in questionable behavior behind closed doors. Some have even compared Sharpe to other celebrities, such as rapper Future, who have been criticized for similar actions. The public response highlights a growing intolerance for men in power who exploit their status in ways that harm others, while Sharpe's supporters continue to defend him, arguing that the legal process should determine his guilt or innocence. The majority of fans seem unwilling to forgive his behavior. This backlash serves as a reminder of the responsibility that comes with fame and influence, particularly when it comes to how celebrities treat others.
Shannon Sharpe is stepping away from his role at ESPN. He announced it on his X account with a statement right here. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe. You know, they say it's better for you to resign before you get fired. Because the case is pending and there's still more details coming and it's not settled, I think it was best that he did that because we don't want him to be fired. At least he still got Club Shay Shay because, you know, it's an independent platform on YouTube. He may lose like brand deals and stuff, but at least he still has his own show. ESPN was just considered a job. And we all know Disney do not play that.
The consequences of Shannon Sharpe's actions are already beginning to unfold, with the lawsuit, media coverage, and public scrutiny all taking their toll. Even if the allegations ultimately prove to be false, the damage to his career and reputation may be irreversible. Sharpe is now embroiled in a scandal that could impact his future prospects, from potential legal consequences to the loss of his media platform. His credibility as a commentator and public figure has been permanently tainted, and his standing in the sports world is now uncertain. Beyond the immediate fallout, Sharpe's reputation will likely be marred for years to come. Regardless of the outcome of the lawsuit, this situation underscores the risks that come with living a public life and the importance of making responsible decisions, especially when personal conduct is under such intense scrutiny.
When Shannon Sharpe gets discussed on a sports show, it should be because he's a Hall of Famer or a Super Bowl champion or has 10,000 receiving yards from the tight end position. Now, I don't know all the details. I have no idea. I mean, we collectively admit that we don't know what's going on. I don't know if this was a consensual relationship. I don't know if she's a prostitute. I don't know if Shannon Sharpe did something. The young girl was 19 years old. She's out parading around on OnlyFans. Shannon Sharpe is 56 years old. He has a successful career. He has a lot of money in the bank. And at some point, we need to be able to look at the ingredients and know what a recipe will yield. And really, it makes me think of one of my favorite quotes, and this is from the show True Detective. At a certain point, a man without a family is a dangerous thing, and I really think that's true.
Shannon Sharpe's fall from grace is a cautionary tale of what can happen when fame, power, and reckless decisions collide. Whether or not the allegations against him are true, the damage to his reputation is undeniable. His story serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked behavior and the dangers of exploiting power dynamics in relationships. With fans, critics, and even fellow celebrities like Katt Williams offering warnings, Sharpe's actions have become a case study in the importance of self-awareness, discipline, and respect for others. As his legal battle continues, one thing is certain: the public will be watching closely, and Shannon Sharpe's legacy may never be the same. What happens next is anyone's guess, but for now, it's clear that the fallout from his choices will linger for a long time.